Morning, St. Francis. It is Wednesday, July the 7th, 2021, Wednesday of the 14th week of the year, the 14th week in Ordinary Time. Coming to you this morning a little closer to the water. You can see behind me, where'd they go? Yeah, there they are. There's some surfers, and then there are some people doing exercises over here, and then the beach patrol getting ready with one of the rescue vehicles. On this morning, the 14th, Wednesday, 14th week of the year, we are breezing through the book of Genesis. Now moving into chapter 41. We have bypassed Jacob having Joseph, as well as the other 11 sons of his, of finding Joseph to be the favorite, the brothers not liking it, Joseph being a little bit of a nit, a pill, and so they sell him into slavery, and he ends up in Egypt, where he becomes a great confidant of the Pharaoh. Famine now has swept through Israel, as well as all of Egypt, all of the Eastern Mediterranean, and people are going to Egypt because Egypt has food, because Joseph, in his dreams, told Pharaoh what to do to preserve food so that there would be food during this time of famine. Joseph's brothers are among those who have come to Egypt to seek food. Joseph recognizes them, but they do not recognize Joseph. Probably it's because Joseph is painted up like an Egyptian, and Joseph has learned Egyptian, so he does not need necessarily to speak Hebrew to them. And so Joseph basically keeps them at bay, kind of testing them and not necessarily meeting their request for food. At this point, he asks that Benjamin, the youngest son of Jacob, the youngest brother, remain with him as a sign of the faithfulness of these Israelites, to be worthy of the food that Joseph will give them. Joseph, in his cat and mouse game with them, though, finds his heart wrenched, and as it ends, we hear that Joseph weeps as the brothers begin to remember that they should never have sold Joseph into slavery to begin with, and should have treated him more kindly. And so we will see what happens in the next following days. In the gospel today, it's simply a list of the apostles, a list of the 12 who will become Jesus' closest friends and closest confidants and followers. And Jesus sends them out two by two to preach. Basically, the kingdom of heaven is at hand. We will hear kind of a different take on this from Mark's gospel this upcoming Sunday. But in Matthew's gospel, it is simple that these are the men that Jesus chooses to become part of his life, and to journey with him throughout Israel in proclaiming the kingdom of God, the reign of God, the kingdom of heaven. But Jesus sends them out two by two immediately after he calls them. Always interesting that it's just at the beginning of his time with them. He probably has not told them much, and yet with that small amount of time that Jesus has spent with them, it is enough to send them out to be able to begin to proclaim the reign of God being at hand. Again, that succinct one-liner that sums up all of Jesus' mission, the kingdom, the reign of God, the kingdom of heaven being at hand. Jesus sends them out without knowing what else to do except to continue to proclaim that. For those of us who are believers, the same command is given to us always through our baptism, to proclaim this reign of God is at hand, it's in our midst, a reign that promises hope, a reign that promises justice, a reign that promises peace and security, a reign that promises dignity, value, and worth of every human being. That is our responsibility, that is our mission, to proclaim to all whom we meet, through our actions, through our words, through our deeds, that the kingdom of the reign of God is truly at hand. And may the Lord give you his peace.